got a good joke. Hopefully it brighten your Sunday.
Oh, please.
So the gentleman says to the police officer, "You can't write me a ticket. I have a marathon to run tomorrow." And the police officer says, "Sir, that's not how you play the race card."
Hey.
Oh, that's a good one. Nice, very good. Hello and welcome to episode 34 of That's Class, a podcast about things we find class, hosted by three of your favourite class holes. As always, I'm Rory, all the background noise, train, Long Johnson, Kidd, joined by Duncan, I am this podcast, Malcolm, and Eddie hates the cinema experience, Ashcroft. What up, boys?
There's never enough popcorn in the cinema experience.
Can't pause it as well.
My background noise is atrocious, so I've tried really hard today to keep fans on a low.
We don't have any fans, so I don't know why that's a problem.
That's true,
yeah.
How are you guys doing? You having a good week?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, not too bad.
Mm-hmm. What have you been watching? What have you been reading? What have you been listening to? What have you been playing?
I'm gonna ruin this podcast and say I've stopped watching Drive to Survive after 2 episodes.
I might agree with you. I have my. We'll discuss it later
trash.
on. We'll discuss it later on in the pod. But we'll have a discussion. Yeah, Duncan.
What have we been watching?
I can fire in with
having.
Fiona and I started and finished watching The Girl Across the Street in the Window. Oh, I can't remember the full name, but on Netflix with
Gone Girl, whatever.
But it's like it sets itself up as a piss take, but it's really good on it, like as its own sort of like drama sort of story. It's really funny, really good.
On Netflix.
Kristen Bell, isn't it?
Kristen Bell, yeah. Netflix, yeah.
Netflix,
I started watching Human Resources. That was the other thing.
I started watching that last night.
How is it?
About 4 episodes. Really funny.
Yeah, it's funny. It's exactly what I think. I don't know who I said it to. I said it'd be great if there was a show that was just more focused on the monsters. And bam.
So it's less about the people that they follow. Or they're
It's
helping.
more about the monsters. Yeah.
That's cool. I might jump in. Do you reckon now that you've seen 4 episodes, do you have to finish Big Mouth?
I'll finish Big Mouth. Don't be a little loser.
No, I'm just saying. Like, if someone was new to it.
You have. Yeah, you need. Yeah, because you'll spoil Big Mouth.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, there might be things that crop up in the back half of Human Resources that you might already not know about.
Yeah. Well, I'll finish Big Mouth then, and then I'll go into it.
Don't spoil it. Do it properly.
Okay.
It's worth it just to find out who the manager of Human Resources is.
Exactly.
Ah, yes. Okay, cool. Nice one.
Funny.
What have I played or done today?
What about
playing
you?
Playing through Majora's Mask.
When you've had power?
Well, no, on my Switch. So like I charge it while I have power, and then when the power goes out, I have something to do. Majora's Mask. It's quite a weird game for a Zelda game. You only get 3 full day, like 72 hours, and then like it's game over. So you have to find this tune that is the Song of Time, and it goes back to the first day, and then you have to everything goes back to normal except you have things that you've picked up over those last 3 days. It's quite clever, but also really confusing and quite annoying. So I'm gonna use a walkthrough.
Cheat. Oh wow.
Cheat. Wow. In a Nintendo game.
Yeah.
Aren't they made for like 7-year-olds?
Yeah.
This one isn't. This one's super difficult. So that's what I'm doing. And then I played the demo of the new Kirby game, which is like Kirby, if Kirby was a Mario, or Kirby was a Mario game.
Kirby Forgotten Land or something.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. The demo's good. I might get the original game, but we'll see. One thing that has been on my mind this whole week is the fact that I absolutely hate mosquitoes. Can I tell you about this?
Okay.
Go on.
How much malaria have you got?
How much malaria? Yeah. So in Sri Lanka, there are mosquitoes, and my skin and my blood happens to be something that they are attracted to. And the most common things that happen are you get bites on the arm, you get bites on the ankles and on the feet, and it's really annoying and it's super itchy, and you have to get cream for it. It was Duncan playing. Guess what happened to me this week?
You got bit on your dick.
Twice.
Oh.
Both right next to each other.
How did they find it?
Right next to each other on the shaft, and the other day on the ball sack.
Well, they must have been really small mosquitoes.
That's
Did
hilarious.
its like jabby probe thing just go right through and out the other
It
side?
made
as
it
well?
look a lot bigger. You know how things swell?
Oh, it swell up, yeah.
Yeah,
So
it was quite
tripled
good.
in size.
It was super impressive, other than the fact that it was really itchy.
Walking around looking like you're wanking the whole time.
Yeah, exactly. It was awful
Rubbing
though.
one out through your trousers.
I wouldn't wish it upon anyone to get bitten on the dick by a mosquito.
Why are you taking that cream to the bathroom? For reasons.
Yeah. For reasons only I must know.
Oh, it's so good. Oh, that feels so good.
So calming and relaxing.
Help, I need someone to suck the poison out.
So yeah.
But it's a mosquito, it sucks your blood. No, it's injected poison. Suck it out, please, now.
Rule of thumb, maybe sleep in boxers even though you'll sweat buckets.
Sleeping naked's weird.
I sleep naked. It's too hot here.
Weird.
You sleep with no covers. I just lie on the floor.
Yeah, just lie on the floor. Bite me. Maybe I should get them to bite me even more, and then I could be more impressive.
Hey.
Permanent
So you're
smile.
expecting to have some sort of superpower after it?
Yes, that would have been sick.
Like, who was the mosquito in South Park?
Oh, it was
Stan or someone.
Stan, was he not? Was Stan not the mosquito?
Stan.
Because Kyle. Oh no, Stan was a builder. Mosquito was like Glenn or Clive or something, or
Yeah. Like Buzz.
Clyde.
Clyde. That was it.
Clyde.
Clyde was
He
mosquito.
had like a Vuvuzuela backwards on his nose.
That would be terrible superpower. But yeah, that's what happened to me. That's what happened to me this week. It was great.
God, that makes my week sound so just calm and relaxing.
Yeah, you didn't have anyone bite your dick.
No.
Or maybe you did.
Thank God for that.
Shall we get into topics then?
No teeth! No teeth!
Trust me to get the mosquito with braces.
Oh. So yeah, let's go straight into the first topic of the week. Eddie, do you want to talk about predictions of this weekend, or do you want to talk about Drive to Survive first?
Drive to Survive. There's no point predicting the weekend when people are going to listen to it after knowing the result.
Well, it would have been not, in hindsight.
I mean, you could say that. It
Didn't
does
even
look-
watch qualifying.
Yeah, I don't watch
Dude,
that.
if Haas beat a Mercedes, I was so happy for Gunther.
Bottas beat Russell as well. There was a couple.
I think what I understand is George Russell did something. I think he tried to tow. I think George Russell was potentially towing Hamilton. So I think Russell kind of bombed
yeah,
out
'cause
of
he
putting
said
a
on his
good time
social
in to
media-
tow Hamilton.
He said on social
Yeah.
media we rolled the dice and it didn't work or something.
Yeah, I think they tried towing Hamilton. So Russell kind of had to sacrifice his qualifying to tow. Because Hamilton qualified within like half a second of Paul, and George Russell was like a second and a half behind, which he shouldn't really be a second and a half. So he's obviously not put a lap in. He's just towed Hamilton.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm going to predict Aston Martin wins. Because that's...
Really?
No.
Really?
We'll dive straight in.
God.
Drive to Survive. Hot piece of garbage.
Massive hot piece of garbage.
Massive. I had to think about it, and I realized that obviously Netflix is trying to push F1 for people that... I imagine it's maybe more for people that don't watch F1 rather than for us three. I mean, granted, it got me more into it, but now that I'm watching the races now, it's less entertaining. because you know how it played out, and then you watch Drive to Survive, and you're like, what's this all about? And it's like false rivalries, and the video that you sent us, Eddie, where it's like they're taking the commentary out of a different race for a different corner, and they're showing you maps of a different island of a different racetrack.
Right, trying to run a narrative, but actually all the races are out of sync, and the narrative kind of ignores the fact that there's been 2 weight races since they last sort of spoke. And
I think that is the issue, is that, like you say, it's made for people that maybe aren't as into Formula One, and if you watch the amount of coverage that Sky produce, for example, you get a lot of this stuff. Because there's so much, there's a lot of ways to watch the cover, and Sky, they do the whole weekend, and you get a lot of these stories.
Sky
coming
do it well.
Through. The thing with it, like Eddie says, is that because Netflix are trying to make an entertainment product, it's almost like the person because it's out of sync, the person that's making it might not have actually watched the races. So that's what it feels like, is that they're
the editor
making
is
a
just
show
like
with footage. Instead of actually having fans or people that have watched it and actually remember the story as it went down. And then they give it to some, so like perhaps the people that film it or whatever are not passing on either the right notes, or they're just hyping it up a little bit. And it's the same thing with like all the slagging off that Will Buxton gets all the slagging off. And he's
Will Buxton.
With 20 cars in the race, if you start first, you have 19 other cars behind you.
Will Buxton, a.k.a. Pidge, a.k.a. Michael Owen.
Who's behind that mask?
That was a perfect penalty. It's a shame it went wide.
It's Michael Owen. I'd have got away for it if it wasn't a few pesky kids.
But no, I agree.
Patterson.
I think obviously as people that are fans of the racing and watching the races, I don't think Drive to Survive is for you in particular, because you go, well, that never happened. There is no rivalry between Ricciardo and Norris. Why are you trying? What happened to it's Kimi's last Grand Prix, and it was when the video that you sent us, it was like the battle between Hamilton and so-and-so when they came out the pits, rather than, Verstappen's first now or whatever. And then it was like, cool. What about the other 2 races? You missed out 2 races out of 10 episodes.
And I think, like, I don't know,
and they showed the same race with the same issues twice.
Just get that in there.
But then it's like you've got like too many people in the paddock. It's just become a bit too like trashy reality TV. Yeah. When the sport doesn't need that. And you're right, I've watched all the races and you're watching it and you're going, that didn't happen. But I also feel like if you're watching every race weekend, there's more drama happens in the season than they fit into Netflix. There's a lot more like stories going on, and it's not drama. Just like Netflix just seems to make it drama for drama's sake. Like, oh, we need to have some drivers like feuding. You don't. Like, everyone can get along fine. And the whole point of the whole Norris and Ricciardo thing is like, they're competitors. Why are they going to be pals? Like, they don't have to be pals.
Exactly.
Like, of course they're going to get on the track. The minute they get on the track, they're going to hate each other. Like, so it's all very dumb and
super very well edited to make things seem more harsh than they are. Like when they go into the McLaren drivers discussion, and then Ricciardo says something, and then they just leave this like silence, but the camera stays on as if everyone's really awkward. And it's like, well, that probably didn't happen. You've just edited that really well, and you've gotten rid of some audio, or you've replaced the audio with something else.
And then there's like a scene in there. I'm only talking about the Lando Ricciardo one because I think that's the last one I watched. Is when they're in like the wee media briefing at the start of the race weekend. And they're like, Lando said this thing, so we're just going to not talk about it to the media. We're just not going to not even mention it. And he said something that he's totally within his right. Like, why should he feel sorry for Daniel Ricciardo for like struggling with a car that Lando Norris has been driving for like the last 2 seasons?
Yeah, exactly.
Of course, Norris is going to be better, and he doesn't have to feel sorry for him because he knows that if he was in that position, he wouldn't want someone to feel sorry for him. No. So it's not geared up. I wouldn't even say it's not geared up for F1 fans. I think it's just not even geared up for like sports fans. I think if you're a sports fan and you're watching that, you're pretty understanding of like rivalries between teammates and things like that. But like there's like a big huge basis of like mutual respect, but you're allowed to want to like ruin the guy on the pitch or on the stadium or whatever. But my main problem is just how people. I just don't understand. I just don't understand how the teams can be so up for the whole like faking the dramas a bit as well, and it's the team principals are coming off the shittiest from this, just with the whole like.
The best team principal is
acting up for
Haas.
it.
I love him.
He even acts up a little bit for it, I think. I don't.
He
think he's
does.
like
He
that all
does
the
because
time. I
he's
think
like,
he
shall we
acts up
swear
for it.
now? Because Netflix is watching us.
Yeah.
You know, he probably doesn't swear that much, but
the one team principal. Well, there's a couple team principals aren't even in it. I think
you don't
really
ever
much.
talk to Aston Martin. You don't ever talk to
Aston
Alpine.
and Alpha weren't in this season for
No.
whatever reason.
And then you've got the Mattia Binotto, the Ferrari one. He doesn't even act up for it. You can tell he doesn't. Ferrari are telling him to be there because it's for the sport. And everything.
He's like, this
like,
isn't racing.
He's just like, I'm not even going to speak English to you. You have to.
You have to find the subtitles.
Yeah, but then that's Ferrari anyway. They're better than everyone else in their heads, so they're like, you're gonna.
Yeah.
Enzo would be turning in his grave if he heard about this.
But no, I just it's the media coverage of Formula One in general is very, very. I don't like Verstappen. I don't like Red Bull. Full stop. I don't like Verstappen.
Me neither.
And so maybe it is
Love
a bit
Chico.
of my sort of my personal opinion, sort of clouding how I see and feel things come across. But Christ, is it very Verstappen like is brilliant and he can't do any wrong. Like Verstappen is like Formula One's little child that just can't do any wrong at the moment. And then they've got Christian Horner who they just can't get enough of because he speaks to the media, because he gets into the whole sort of reality sort of aspect
he wants to be a reality star as well.
Netflix and,
yeah.
I mean, I was thinking about this the other day, and quite often there was a time when Christian Horner was being touted as like the next sort of director of Formula One. Yeah.
Really?
No, taking over from like Bernie Ecclestone. So, but I can't see how doing this and all this on Netflix is actually going to help him because he's just coming across so shitty on it. He is coming across really shitty.
Could you be looking at it like? Because I think I was speaking to Kat about this because we're talking about Christian Horner, and I was saying how, if you think about it, think about all the times that he's on telly, right? And now think about all the times now out of everything. How many heckin' times is Jerry Halliwell going to be on?
Oh my God!
On telly,
she's got
right?
like no relevance to it.
No relevance to it, but she's always there, and it just like you say, it's almost like he wants to be a reality TV star now.
Yeah,
that's where that's like just completely stroking the ego. That's exactly what he wants to be, and he's got a danger of that's all he's going to be.
Yeah.
If he has a couple of bad seasons at Red Bull.
5 years' time, you've got Jerry Halliwell with their own reality TV show, Life with the Horners.
At home,
he's
like patching his kids off as well, with like phoning his kids and be like, "Who's going to be world champion?" It's like they don't give a fuck. They're 7.
Christ, man.
They don't know who Max Verstappen is, do they?
Probably never make a wish. I wish for like a pony.
Yeah.
I wish for like a guinea pig. Oh, you're not going to wish for like Max to win? No, Daddy, that's your wish.
Yeah.
The kids
the
are telling
kid
you
absolutely
numpty.
Nailed it.
Absolutely nonce. Like even they know you'd rather be shagging Max. I just spoil all my arguments by saying things like that, but I just
there's definitely this undercurrent of it. The Netflix deal
them
is
shagging,
really good for Formula One. Obviously, goes without saying. There's this undercurrent of Liberty Media kind of taking, like the name suggests, they are producing a bit more entertainment. They are trying to make characters out of the,
which is great.
Drivers. I mean, there's a big thing about. I swear this was like a Vince McMahon quote, which was he said, "You can't make a superstar if you can't control the narrative."
Yeah, like The Rock.
So so The Rock, Stone, all those people, you can make them massive because you can control the outcome, which is sports entertainment. that's why when somebody comes along like Lewis Hamilton who says I'm going to win and then wins, or you've got other people like Tom Brady and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They make the work speaks for itself.
Yeah.
But this is what I'm saying is so Liberty Media feel like they're trying to manufacture feuds and stars via Netflix so that you're creating this drama that then can be resolved, but it's not if you watch, because there's so much coverage of it and so much behind the scenes compared to some of these other sports, we now know that that's just not true.
Bullshit. Yeah,
you just know it's bullshit, and you're like, all right, okay, well, it's kind of the it's like looking behind the curtain. Like, looking behind the show, see how the show's made, and you're like, oh, right, okay, that doesn't make any sense.
What's also really telling is you get the new season of Drive to Survive dropped last weekend, and then on the 11th of March, there's a BBC article where you've got like 2 team principals, like 3 or 4 drivers, all just going like, yeah, half that stuff didn't happen. That's all just like being made up for the TV.
Yeah. And when they're saying it, you're then like, well,
yeah,
what's the point?
Yeah.
What's the point of watching it?
Yeah.
You got Lando Norris coming out and saying like, yeah, we're pals. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, of course we're gonna like. There's gonna be some animosity like during race weekends or like emotions when things aren't going well and one of you is a bit pissed off, but the other's winning. Of course, there's gonna be a bit of friction, but nothing's gonna ever come of it.
I found a video on YouTube.
Take the weekend to get over it.
I found a video on YouTube of Norris and Ricardo sitting down watching their episodes of Drive to Survive, and then it's like something happens and he like comes in front of Norris, or you hear the team radio, and then Ricardo goes, "I didn't say that in that race. Like this didn't happen at this point." And he was like, "What?" Yeah. He was like, "At that pit when I came out the pits, that didn't happen. Like it did happen, but like I didn't say that. Like I wasn't pissed or anything. Like we came out pretty nicely." Pasted. Yeah. So it's quite funny actually seeing the drivers react to it and then getting their input. And there's a lot of YouTube videos now being like why the drivers actually hate Drive to Survive.
Yeah.
And
it paints them all in a certain way where they don't really want to be painted.
But then again, I feel like it's maybe just to give it some credit, it has brought a lot of people into Formula One, and then maybe they watch it and then they start watching the races because they now kind of have a favorite driver or whatever, or a favorite team, and then when they start watching the races and then go back to Drive to Survive, they end up having this discussion that we've had and gone, actually maybe I won't go back for season 6 or season 5, because it's fabricated. It got me into the sport. I now know who drivers are, but now I take a back seat on the Drive to Survive, which they're actually the guys that are doing what are they called, Liberty
Media.
Liberty Media. They're also doing it for the WSL, which is the surf league. So they
all right. So that's not Liberty Media. That's whoever makes Drive to Survive.
Yeah.
Pretty sure Liberty Media don't make Drive to Survive.
So whoever's doing the whole interviews and edits and everything, they're now on the surf tour this season, and they're going to be bringing out the first season of Surf to Survive or whatever. I don't know. And
Life's a Beach.
Life's a Beach.
Box to box films.
So
they'll do well in the women's surfing league.
A surfing one would be interesting for a season, and then once again, if you follow it a lot, I guess you might see bad editing. But it will be interesting to watch that, having watched Drive to Survive, but also having never really watched the WSL. So therefore, you might get people to watch it and go, "Oh, this is actually really good."
Yeah, well, this is the thing. This similar to Formula One. If you've never watched Formula One before, so what it's good for surfing is people might actually start getting more into the sport. And ever since the Olympics, it's been a bit more in the media and things like that. So having like a behind-the-scenes documentary style of the tour might be quite good for new people to start getting into it and be like, "Oh, I like this surfer. I like this guy. He seems cool. This guy seems like a dick." However, what I'm not looking forward to is, as someone that has been watching it and is getting to know more surfers, the more I get into this line of work, I know that everyone there is like really good mates. And you've got South Africans and Australians, and I imagine they'll probably put like, "Oh, the two South Africans, they're against each other." It's like, well, They're actually from the same spot and they grew up together and they're actually really good mates. But when it comes to the sea, yeah, fair enough. Because when it comes to the people like Kelly Slater, he's not your mate when he's in the water because he wants to win. But then as soon as you get out the water, we're mates again. You know, it's not competition. So that's
Life
good.
is a competition.
Life is a competition. Life's a journey.
Life is a highway.
Yeah.
Cool.
Keep going.
Right.
Okay, moving on.
What?
No, no.
So overall, listeners, Drive to Survive, hot piece of garbage.
Yeah, don't watch it. Shit.
Bit of a phone twitcher if you're already into F1. If you're not into F1, you'll probably be quite interested into it until you get into F1, and then you'll probably take a back seat. Do we agree?
Or just don't watch it and stay away from F1 and leave it for the fans.
Yes.
Yeah, this is like don't
stay
need more
away.
casuals.
Yeah. Don't need more people buying tickets to race weekend. They already sell out, taking it away from the real fans.
Yeah.
And if you you don't need terrace seats. You only need like general admission.
Yeah, just get general admission.
They're expensive,
Italian,
right? Tickets. If you were to get tickets to Silverstone, it'd be quite expensive, right?
Probably. Well, no, Silverstone's all right. Well, Silverstone is seen as one of the more expensive. I can't remember how much tickets are. Oh, they
It's
weren't
no more
cheap.
than kind of what you would expect to pay for like a proper festival or something.
Yeah, true.
Couple
or like a
hundred
last weekend
pounds.
away. Yeah, a few £100.
Yeah, a few £100.
But then that was including like your camping, 3-day ticket.
They do campsites. That's wicked.
They throw in like
Silverstone, yeah.
Silverstone's really good because in the campsite they've got like a sort of big arena sort of music. There's like a couple music sort of tents.
Oh wow!
And
It's like a festival with a
stages.
Formula One race in the background.
Yeah.
The
And then,
Silverstone was literally like Forza Horizon.
And then on the was it the Saturday night? Well, both night. I think the Friday night. No, the Saturday night and the Sunday night. There's like a big stage actually in the middle of the track, and you can go to that and like when we went there, Craig David was on, so it was great.
Craig David.
This one's going. But yeah, so yeah, no, it's a good weekend. But I did just look at tickets
try and
to
go
Imola for this season. Well, we were going to go to Imola, but the tickets turns out the tickets got released 2 weeks ago, but the email went to my junk box.
Oh, do they sell out fairly quickly? I imagine.
So like the relatively decent and not so pricey seats sold out, and then there's like the semi-pricey seats that are a bit shit are still for sale, and then it's the really expensive.
What determines a really good seat? Like a specific corner?
For me, it would be, I would like something maybe at the end of a straight, so you've got some overtaking away to happen in front of you, or a vantage point where you can see as much of the track as possible.
Oh, okay. So they've got high seats.
So
always go for back of the grandstand, because you're higher up and there's no one sitting behind you.
a great example is the Silverstone seats that we had, which was at the back end of the hangar straight. But then it's also the back half of the track. Like, it's literally got the last three. You can probably see the last 3 or 4 turns, I think.
Yeah, you can see them right until they whiz along the international straight.
Yeah, and then
Lewis
just
Hamilton
before they go
straight,
back
actually.
towards the wing. Yeah,
That's sick. When is Silverstone this year?
July probably.
It'll be July, July early teens, like 13th, 4th, whatever weekend that is.
Shall we all try and do a podcast go? Imagine if we all went. That's class goes to the races.
That's
I think I'd happily go to Silverstone every year, actually.
Yeah,
Thought
man,
about
me
that
too.
more and more.
That sounds class.
Silverstone.
I've never been to an
F1.
F1 race either.
But we were trying to do Imola this year, and pandemic's fucked that. I
Ooh,
think.
it's the 1st to the 3rd of July.
What was it?
3rd of July.
That's quite close. You got yourself a wee sweat on there, boy.
That 2-stone liar.
You looked relieved, tired, and a bit sweaty.
Yeah.
All the signs of a good poo.
Now you got to wriggle a little bit just to, Reset everything.
Reset everything now.
Yeah. Oh, there it is.
Let it pinch back up into its resting position.
What's that meme of? Is it Shaquille O'Neal who's doing this? Like, it's just after a poo. Oh, so very true. Good. So true.
Cold feet.
So, yes, Adventure Time. So, I say we, the royal we, but it's going to be Eddie and Rory will be travelling to the top of Firetop Mountain. But we think that we might need a bit more time for this, so we're going to attempt this on the next episode, and we will not have Drive to Survive to talk about. So we will entirely focus on our two brave adventurers. Here's a great picture for the audio listeners.
Yes. Well done, audio listeners.
Yes, they will be traveling. Eddie and Rory will be tackling and trying to get to the top of Firetop Mountain.
Firetop Mountain. It genuinely sounds like a South Park episode.
It does. I suspect it could devolve into South Park level antics. Who knows?
Probably won't be next week. Next episode.
Next episode.
Oh no, yeah, next week. Yeah, it's the week after. I can't be. Yeah, the week after I move house. So.
Oh, what a great cliffhanger that could end on.
Yeah, we'd have to next 2 week wait.
A 2 week wait. Cool. So we'll do that next week.
Yeah, I think so.
Tune in next week for Adventure Time. Are Eddie and I going to work together? Probably. Maybe.
Please don't go different directions.
Well, Duncan's already said we can't go in different directions.
You could go in different directions if you wanted to. Just could be flicking pages going,
shit, page 71.
71, you go to page
22.
You go left, I'll go right.
Oh, son of
a... meet on the green? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Classic.
Eddie sacked off the adventure and went to the pub. What's that, a zombie? I'm out.
Roll a 6.
Suicide, please.
I'm out. I'm wiping my hands of the whole situation.
Yeah.
Why did you open the door, Roy? That's your problem.
No, thank you.
Eddie, there's a werewolf over here. That sounds like a you problem.
Yeah.
Sounds like a you problem. Oh, nice. Shall we jump into the next part of the pod?
Oh yes, here comes the great the great segue.
Great segue.
What's the next bit? Russia legalizes pirating movies. Is that?
No.
Did we skip that? Oh.
We've skipped that. That. We're going straight into trailer time.
Oh right, okay. I didn't even realize. Oh.
Can I bring a truck on the adventure?
Yeah.
What trailers have we got up first then?
It wasn't organic enough.
Yeah, it wasn't. I fucking
enough.
hate it when I have to force the beep. I hate it. It needs to be organic. I think the whole beep 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 trailer time song is specially reserved for when I'm able to catch you both out.
That's very true. Good. But it's also good if you also know where we are in the pod. in terms of the Google Doc.
True, but we're talking about like a mythical quest to a top of a hill. That's hardly like a nice segue into the driving a truck and backing it up.
Very true, to be honest. So shall we just dive in?
Let's
it
dive
is a good
into
trailer.
Trailer time.
Trailer time.
There we go.
Podcast within a podcast. Which is supposedly hosted by Eddie, according to Kidd, but actually it really is hosted by Kidd because Kidd's the one that reads the trailer out to everybody. But welcome everyone.
This week is hosted by Duncan.
But surprise, Kidd probably hasn't watched any trailers yet. So
Kidd reads them out, but he hasn't seen the trailers.
Yeah.
He thinks Eddie hosts it, but actually Eddie doesn't say anything.
I have watched.
And I put
Does
all
Kidd
the
even
content
know
in.
what's going on?
Who's the real hero here?
Do you want to know how many trailers I've watched?
2.
1.
1.
I've watched 1.
Is it the second last one as well?
No, it's the last one.
Is it Fortress Sniper's Eye?
Is that the hot garbage, Eddie? Duncan.
Oh, that is hot garbage. Oh, yes.
First trailer.
I've not watched that one.
Famous quote from the podcast is "More boys is good," and
The Boys.
The Boys, sorry. More of The Boys is good. And we have a Boys trailer, Red Band trailer.
Yeah.
And it's not Disney, so that's a win.
No. What happened? No. I mean, that is a win.
I took that one out. We'll do that for next week. But we'll put it back in.
I was like, where did that go? There was a trailer there.
Oh, very good.
That trailer was famously reversed up to some beeping.
Oh, right.
But the recording missed it. So it wasn't organic enough.
Red Band trailer for The Boys. I've not seen it. Guys, tell me about it.
More Boys is good.
What's the bit? Is it Billy Butcher? What's the Butcher? What's his first name?
I swear it's Billy.
Dave
Dave the Butcher.
He has laser eyes.
Sick.
So
yeah, I'm not sure how he's got those.
Yes, so I think hopefully we get to find out how he got his suit powers. And it's all going to kick off from there. I think he's probably going to seek a lot of revenge for his wife dying. What was her name again? Anyway.
Ooh, question. There's also a good character coming in called they've got the Seven, okay, which is obviously the Justice League. They've also got Jensen Ackles is playing from Supernatural is playing Soldier Boy, a guy who was like a kid superhero or something called Soldier Boy, right? And basically he's like it's sort of the boys' version of Captain America.
Yeah.
Which is funny because Jensen Ackles was down in like the last two choices to play Captain America.
Oh, cool.
Back in like 2000, in the mid 2000s.
2010
so between
or whenever
him
that was.
and between him and Chris Evans, and they went with Chris Evans. But Jensen Ackles was in the really quite far into the process for being Captain America. So it's going to be funny to see him play this version of like a sort of anti-Captain America. It's going to be quite good.
Slightly more R-rated Captain America.
Yes, I think
less,
so.
Less
it was probably
Boy Scout.
he'll be real. I think he'll be quite good in this role. And of course, all the other characters seem to be there. Looks a bit darker. I did see a bit more. Did I see? Oh, his name escapes me off the top of my head. He was Gus Fring in Breaking Bad.
Yes, I think I did see him as well.
I saw more of him because he was in one of this. He was like briefly in it last season, but
he's
obviously
in everything.
He's probably going to be a big villain.
Yeah, he's a good villain, isn't he?
He's a good,
He was a mediocre villain in The Mandalorian.
He was a good villain, and I think he can only work with.
It was fine. He gave you the black sword thing, black lightsaber.
It's called the dark saber. You filthy casual.
You muggle.
You muggle.
Tell you who we won't be seeing: the invisible. That's just like my favourite boys quote.
That was
well, if it isn't the invisible.
That was brilliant.
One of the best endings to a podcast as well.
What? Oh yeah.
You said that.
Did I?
I don't remember saying that.
I must have blacked out.
Looks good. When is The Boys season 3 out?
Ooh, did I have a date?
Yeah. Well, come on. Load up. Show more. No idea. June 3rd.
I've got here June 3rd.
June 3rd.
Cool. June 3rd. Moving on to the second one. I've just realised I have seen this one. The Bubble. It's basically COVID, and there's a movie within a movie, and these people are making a movie, and because of COVID, they're in a bubble.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very meta.
Very meta.
And then things start
Karen
happening.
Gillan, Scotland's own. Gillan? She went to Aberdeen, did she not?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure she went to Aberdeen.
She's
from Aberdeen or Inverness. I don't know. She's
overrated.
Yeah, it looks fun. It's Judd Apatow of is it not Step Brothers and
Yeah.
I
don't know how I feel about it, to be honest. When I first saw the trailer, I was like, too meta, because like we're in a bubble. Oh, like we've all done it. Like COVID's
got one of the Key and Peele guys, isn't it?
Yeah, Keegan-Michael Key.
Jinx,
Yeah.
cool. Coke.
It looks good.
Ooh.
It looks good. It looks kind of funny. I think I might wait and see if there's any more
Netflix.
trailers coming out or if it's on Netflix.
Oh, it's coming out on Netflix. All right, okay.
I mean, chances are it's probably going to be about an hour and 45 minutes, in which case it's a perfect Friday night film.
Yeah.
Yes. What is it with movies being like 2 hours minimum these days? It's so brutal.
Yeah, I know. It actually is. You want to get in and out, make a good story.
Yeah, you just want like a quick hour and a half. Like,
You want
something you can start at like 8:30 and be in bed
Quick
by 10.
adventure, in and out.
90 pages, that's it.
Come on, Morty. Quick adventure. Quick 20-minute adventure.
Quick 20-minute adventure, in and out. That's all we want.
1 million years later.
3 Lord of the Rings extended editions later.
Oh my god. Number 1 Trilly.
Number 1 Trilly. That's it.
What, the prequels?
That's the one. And then moving on from the bubble to Tokyo Vice, which
This looks cool.
It sounds cool.
Ken Watanabe.
it's based on for audio listeners. Here's the book it's based on.
Oh, wow. That is a book with the same name? That's
Yeah.
magic. How?
Oh my
How do they
God.
know that? How
It's
do
actually
they?
written by the guy that it's actually written by the guy that Ansel Elgort's playing.
All right.
Oh my
How
god.
do they manage that?
Jake
Because
Andelstein.
how do they get a book out so quickly when the TV show's not even come out yet?
Wait,
Oh.
what if I told you? What if I told you this was set in the 90s, or the book was written in the 90s?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It did look a bit not. Oh shit!
Oh yeah. Totally. Yeah.
It did look like it wasn't set in the current.
Mm.
In the current. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this book is set. It was written and
Set
Sort
in the
of.
now.
set in the 90s when he was on that reporting assignment.
I do struggle with Japanese stuff where they're calling them like the gaijin, is it? And
Yeah.
because all I can think of is Fast and Furious Tokyo
Fast and
Drift.
Furious. I was
Keep
thinking
getting
that.
called the guy. That's all I think about.
All I thought was, oh, there's going to be so many Tokyo Drift jokes.
Drifting around a car park.
It's a HBO Max, so it'll be on Sky Atlantic.
Yes, quite possibly. In fact,
Yeah.
I could see that one being on
Or
Sky
Sky on
Atlantic for
Demand
sure,
or
yeah.
something. Do they do that? Is that what Sky's... It's been so long since I've had
Pay to
Sky.
play.
Now TV is kind of their thing for HBO
really?
Max. Yeah, it's very sneaky. So sneaky.
So sneaky. Never know
Money
what he does
grabbing.
back there. Sky.
Bastard.
So sneaky. So snaky. Oh, he's so snaky.
But it looks really cool. If Ken Watanabe doesn't say in English at any point, "Let them fight," I'll be pretty annoyed.
It's not a Godzilla movie.
But he has to say it.
Has to be a Fight Club somewhere.
Yeah.
Does he say it in the Pirates movie that he's in? I wonder.
A Pirates movie?
I think he might actually.
Pirates movie.
Yeah, is he
Ken
not?
Watanabe?
Is he not? Yeah, is he not in the same guy that was
Japanese
in
pilot? Pirates.
Inception?
Yes,
That
he's
guy.
Inception.
Yeah, he's a pirate on the movie on Stranger Tides or something when they start off in Japan.
Are you sure you're not with Chow Yun-Fat?
Ah, crap.
So racist. of you.
So racist.
Confusing Asian people, that's so racist.
Hold on, let me just Google it.
That's so bad.
Where's the
Pretty sure.
IMDb? Hold on, this is really bad.
Pretty sure I'm right on this.
I'm pretty sure you are because you're quite good at that.
Also,
What's
I
the
just
movie?
watched them all. I just watched them all. Pirates of the Caribbean.
On Stranger
World's
Tides.
End.
Oh crap! It's World's End.
You can get that
He's
right.
not.
Also, I
he's
just
not
built a giant
credited
pirate
in-
fortress, so I watched all the Pirates of the Caribbean whilst I was building the pirate fortress. So,
Ah, the
Yeah,
pirate
he's not-
fortress that's
he's-
behind you.
yes.
He's not credited with any Pirates of the Caribbean.
No, but Chow Yun-Fat is.
Why is he not here?
Because he's not in it.
No, even your one. Who are you talking about? Chow Yun Fat. Where the fuck is this guy's name?
Oh, are you spelling it wrong, Rory?
Oh, you're right
How do
as
we
well.
spell this guy's name?
Captain. Captain Sao Fang. Crap,
Sao
I'm
Fang.
so racist.
He looks nothing like Ken Watanabe. That's the worst bit. He looks nothing like Ken Watanabe.
I put my hands up. I'm
He
sorry.
is like bottom of the £2 bucket at a petrol station of still selling cassette tapes. Ken Watanabe. That's terrible.
Wow.
You could just say budget Ken Watanabe.
I just had to really like drill down how much he doesn't look like Ken Watanabe.
I apologise to Ken Watanabe and to Chow Yun-fat. I'll just shut up now. Shall we move on to the next trailer?
It's a famous Step Brothers quote. Shut
your
up,
mouth.
you're coming across stupid.
Hey, Fortress Sniper's Eye.
Yeah.
That looks like a hot
Starring
piece of
these-
garbage.
Oh, this is the Chad Michael Murray one.
Yeah, just one with Chad Michael Murray.
Not playing
Bring that up
basketball.
after last week.
Is this basically if you're after a hot piece of garbage movie, you just search Bruce Willis trailer?
I may or may not have put that into YouTube. You can't prove that.
Do you know what? Chad Michael Murray's like a shit American silly Cillian Murphy.
Yeah,
It's just that very first scene of him there, he's got a little bit of like
similar jawline.
Cillian Murphy about him, yeah. But he's like shit and American and not cool and rummy.
He's too like, what was he? Prince Charming. He was in those like
Yeah.
rom-com
Oh, he was in one of
films.
those, wasn't he? Yeah.
Yeah,
Now he's trying to be like a badass with Bruce Willis.
it's like wrong badass.
Same
It
with,
just looks like Bruce
Jesse
Willis
Metcalf.
Bruce Willis seems to be spending the whole film lying on a hospital bed. Oh no, wait, he's got a gun.
Shock!
Minimum
Bruce
effort.
Willis getting the most out of his money.
Yeah. Phoning it in as Duncan likes to
Oh,
accuse him of.
Phoning it in.
I don't know if it's an accusation or the truth.
Ooh.
Damn! Shots fired. It looks like a hot piece of garbage, doesn't it?
It does look like a massive hot piece of garbage. Who even is
very
Jesse
good.
Metcalf?
Jesse Metcalf, I'm pretty sure, is in the same vein
Jesse, have
of
you
like
met
acting
Calf?
that Chad Michael Murray was
Oh,
kind of
God.
like that sort of
He
Teen
looks
Heartthrob,
terrible.
probably.
He was
I
in
recognise his
Desperate
face.
Housewives.
I recognise his face.
Oh, he was in Desperate Housewives.
Desperate Housewives. There you go. He was in.
Tells you all you need to know.
There's
I don't
so
understand what it's got to do with Sniper
so
Eye.
many television
There's
films.
actually
Wow.
there's so many women in this movie, and I'm wondering if it's a women-driven storyline, or if they're all there as collateral, and it's just like a crap
But-
action movie where they've just put some good-looking women in it.
I think
Because
my
if you look at the
favourite bit about
IMDb, it goes
trailer-
Bruce Willis, Chad Michael Murray, Jesse Metcalf, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 women, 11 women.
Fun
Sounds
fact,
like a weird island they're going to.
Fortress Sniper's Eye is a sequel.
Oh yeah, it's Fortress 3 or Fortress.
There
2.
was a
what?
Fortress
To what?
movie
Sniper's
last
Finger?
year.
There's
No.
I think the funny thing about the trailer for me was apart from the trailer itself, Jesse Metcalf, Chad Michael Murray, and Bruce Willis are kind of the big names on it. But all the action is done by this guy that hasn't got a name. He's just wearing a white T-shirt. But if you watch it, like there's a bit where he's the guy that grabs the gun off Chad Michael Murray. This is the guy that's he's got a couple of like fight scenes in the trailer and stuff, but they don't actually mention who this guy is. It's like the unsung hero.
Weird.
It's bizarre. Yeah, it's
Super
bizarre.
weird,
Like,
yeah.
You kind of, who is this guy? Why is he the guy getting all the cool action scenes? Like the only guy that looks like he knows what he's doing.
Maybe he's the
Michael
maybe he's
Cera
the
as
stunt
Blade.
guy.
Maybe
Uncredited
he's the
stunt
guy.
guy.
They just kept him in the trailer. Yeah. This is Jesse Metcalf. Is it though?
They've not done any face swapping or deep fakes or whatever. That's really good.
Well, this isn't the first film Chad Michael Murray and Bruce Willis have done together.
Oh my God, we're going down a rabbit hole. with
They
these.
did
is
another
Great.
film. They did another film last year called Survive the Game. Which
Together?
looks equally as hot shit. Yeah.
Wow.
It's got a 4.2
maybe it should go
on
from
IMDb.
rather than just Bruce Willis movies, it's Bruce Willis and Chad Michael Murray movies.
Oh, even some of the actors in it are the same in both films.
That doesn't
Is this
surprise
maybe
me.
the same film but just renamed?
Nah, because if it came out
Oh,
last year,
David gets injured.
I would
Gonna
like
drop
to see
bus
if we
gone
can do
wrong.
some sort of weird 6 degrees of separation where we go from Chad Michael Murray to another actor, and then we go to the next film. We'll do a film with both of them in it, and then we'll take Chad Michael Murray out into the next person.
Ooh, yeah. So we've now done Bruce Willis and Chad Michael Murray. So the
now
next
it's got
one's
to be Chad Michael Murray
Michael
and
Murray.
somebody in the next one.
Whoa.
I'll have
Like
a,
it.
That's
Until
good.
we loop back. Well, no, it'd be too easy to loop
Too
back
easy to look
Bruce
back
Willis.
to Bruce Willis. That's
It's
easy.
too
We'll
easy,
go-
yeah.
We'll go for a
Damn
journey.
it.
We'll go for a journey through straight to DVD movies and see what we can find.
Jesus. Final trailer of the week, Miss Marvel, which is another Disney Plus Marvel thing, which everyone who played the Avengers game will
Yeah.
probably know who this character is, or I guess if you've read the comics, you know who the character is. I don't really know who the character is. It's great that they're
yeah.
getting less white people as main characters, which is nice. Less white people doing good things, you know? So that's it. Like, it looks pretty bad other than that. Like, it's nice that they're...
It didn't really give you much of an idea of the story or what her.
It looks like she
motivations are
finds
to
a
be
bracelet and then she gets superpowers,
Yeah.
but she's like 12.
Yeah, that literally just about sums it up.
And there's like this weird comic
just-
booky thing that I don't know if I like, because it reminds me of maybe I feel like there's
Scott
like
Pilgrim.
a TV, not Scott Pilgrim, because Scott Pilgrim kind of
Scott-
did it in
I was-
more of a video game way. This is more
I
of like
agree, yeah, it's kinda
comic
Scott
book
Pilgrim-y.
bubbles, and it's almost like someone's drawn it in their diary. And this girl's drawn it
It's
in her
like
diary
Into
in
the
a little love
Spider-Verse.
heart. But not even like
Was it
Into
not
the
a kids? There
Spider-Verse.
was a kids' TV show that was. I swear, there was like a. When we
Yeah.
used to come home from school, there was a show that had stuff like that on BBC One.
Yeah.
Like
It
Tracy
just
Beaker or
it
something
looks
like
very it looks very teen girls are gonna love this show.
I was just about to say that. This looks like it's geared at a totally different audience.
Yeah.
that. It's funny because they've got
It's
Midnight
not-
coming out, which looks like it's completely R-rated.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
doesn't
100%.
look like it's. This doesn't look like it's geared up to your, let's say, typical Marvel fan.
Yeah. I think they're clearly trying to go like and get more
Yeah.
young women into Marvel and into comics. More female nerds. all the guy nerds are like
Don't,
I don't know. There's going to be
more boys.
there's
is
going to
good.
be there's
More
going to be a
boys.
lot of there's going to be a lot of I'd say a certain type of guy nerds that are going to be into Miss Marvel in the wrong way.
in the wrong way. Kind of
Yeah.
like in the way that you were super into those thick bunnies.
Yeah. What do you mean? What do you
There's
mean?
there's a callback.
Whoa.
What do you
remember.
mean in the way I was super into?
You are into thick bunnies. Sorry, yeah.
Here, check out this drawing I've been doing during the podcast.
Check out this anime I've been trying.
So thick.
Oh man. So thick.
How does it get so thick?
It's so black, so impossibly black.
I use a
Hot tub time
I
machine.
use a 3cc pencil.
3cc.
I'm probably going to skip this show and probably go straight into Moon Knight instead.
Moon Knight's a film, isn't it? Or is it
No,
a
TV
show?
show,
It's
yeah, TV
six,
show.
5 episodes, 6 episodes, something.
Dunno. But then again, Marvel, the TV shows have been okay. They've not stuck the landing that we've started saying, Duncan.
Yeah, but they'd
So,
be good. But
we'll
Moonlight
see.
looks.
Moonlight looks cool
it's
and it looks
fun.
different, but we'll see what happens. And it's a character that we don't know that has its own TV show, rather than characters that we already know that have been given their own
This
TV
is true.
show. So they might nail it because we have no reference.
It looks cool. It looks like a cool concept. I'm sure if there's if there's not a lot of TV content coming out between now and Obi-Wan Kenobi, it'll probably get watched.
Yeah. Eddie looks very happy. What are you thinking about?
No, I've just gone down a bit. I've gone down a bit of a wormhole. Sorry.
The smile on your face there was
The
so
whole
good.
no.
Is it Thick Bunnies or Bruce Willis?
You
Which one
look
have you
at
gone
No.
Thick
with?
Bunnies.
I'm so happy. It's just the sheer joy in my face. No, I went down a bit of a wormhole because it's like obviously Miss Marvel's quite famous, I suppose, because she's like the first female minority superhero. Is that that's the gist?
That's fair.
So then, but when I hear the word minorities, I just think Cartman Water Park.
Too many minorities in my water park.
I just ended up on an absolute like tunnel down to what were the lyrics to My Water Park by Eric Cartman.
Go for it.
No, I'm not. What the final verse? Oh no, what is it? There are too many minorities, too many at my water park. Somebody do something. Where did they all come from? Why can't they leave this land alone? And it's such a tragedy. Feel a bit like dying. We looked the other way for too long. We've got to change our priorities and get all these minorities out of my water park. Minorities, Mexicans and Asians, black people. I think I even saw Native Americans. Gross. God, no. I'm asking, please get all these minorities out of my water park.
I love how South Park gets away with stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god! And is it not in that episode? Is it not like he ends up being the minority because he's the only white guy?
He realizes, but he's still adamant, even though there's more of them. They're the minorities. No. This is the one where there's too much pee in the water park. That's a quality episode.
I need to go back in.
Oh my god! Here we go. And there's no place for me to sit anymore, and the lines just keep getting crazier. There are Mexicans all around me. The lazy river has never been lazier. It's a 40-minute wait to go down one slide, and the instructions are in Spanish on the zipline ride. Just do it in English. Anyway, that's it. Yeah.
Oh my god. Shall we end it there, boys?
We better before it goes
I think
too
we
far.
should. Before we get cancelled. Thank you, everyone, for tuning into this week's episode. Remember, you can catch us on all the socials at That's Class Pod, or email us on that'sclasspod@gmail.com. New episodes up all at the same time, audio-wise, Spotify and Apple Music, and on YouTube. Basically, wherever you find your podcasts, and basically it is uploaded whenever I find time to upload them. So keep those notification bells on, and then you'll find out when we have an episode. Thanks again for listening. We will see you next week. Have a super day, and say goodbye, Duncan.
Goodbye, Duncan.
And as Eddie says at the end of every episode of That's Class,
Up into this place, don't recognize it anymore. It used to be so fun and special, life worth living for. The dream is dead, our land is gone. There's a hole in my heart and I can't go on. Too many minorities
in my water park.
At my water park. This was our land, our dream. Now taking it all away. Just keep on coming. To go and tell the police, even though the authorities are minorities at my water park.
Cool.
Goodbye.
Bye.